So libraries are one of the places that we connect as a community, and they help us share our stories, they protect our stories, they pass our stories along, and it's our stories that bind us together. And I feel that libraries are the place that really open our mind. That was true for me when I was a little girl. As I go out and travel the world, not just in the US, but in other places, and you go in libraries, it's where people are coming for information. They're expanding their mind. And so I feel that libraries are the place that we need to hear one another's stories and come together and then learn and grow and flourish. And particularly it's important to do that so that we hear women's stories and we hear people's stories of color and we change the world on their behalf. When I was growing up, the Dallas Public Library was not that far from my house, and my mom would often take, almost weekly, my sister and my two brothers and I, and we'd go through those doors of the Dallas Public Library, and there'd be that hushed tone in there. And I loved the whole scent of the library, and I loved, the index cards where you could zip through them, even though librarians hated that. And I loved that whole stamping of the books. It was so satisfying to hear that sound. But what I loved about the library was the whole smell and look and feel of it, but also for myself, that I could almost see myself growing without realizing it. When you'd move from the section of the library where, as a child, I read Roald Dahl, and later I read Judy Blume, and later I read Flaubert. It was broadening my horizon without me even realizing it at the time. And so I have hugely fond memories of that library and many others in my life. Well, I think we should celebrate libraries definitely this particular week, National Libraries Week, but also the whole year, because they are the place that the community gathers. They are the place that we provide equal access to information. The most recent time, just in the last 5 months, I was in the Seattle Public Library, and what I loved about it is you walk through the door and it's all walks of life, sitting there either between the shelves or at a table or at the computers getting information. And so it's where our communities come together and we meet one another and we learn and grow from that. And I think libraries are vital to all of our communities.